Okay. Welcome. I'm excited. I have people on here. I guess I have to have other people talk more often because I think everybody gets tired of listening to me. So I get more people involved if someone else is talking. Before Jessica talks tonight, I just wanted to share a few things with you guys because this month has been really amazing for our team because I have seen so many people come out of their shells this month. It's like crazy. It's really fun to watch to see, some coaches who were like super shy and kind of afraid to do anything are now like they're rocking Success Club and it's awesome. So I just wanted to give a few shout outs to people because we are wrapping up the Team Cup at the end of this week. So, and we had 3 teams going, which is awesome. So I was really excited to see that and to see everybody who was on a team was able to contribute. And that is awesome and amazing. So you guys should be really proud of yourself. So first one is Melanie. Melanie freaking 8 Success Club points. This girl has gone, her confidence this month has been crazy. Like I messaged her and because I just can't get enough of it. It's really awesome to see. She's just like, even her invites and, her plugging in with the team and helping people, it's been awesome. Allison Bolt, amazing. Like Success Club 8, like I just saw she had posted something for a 5-day and she had like 12 people interested. So she definitely does a great job of just sharing and being real with people, and people just eat that up. So awesome job, Allison. The other Allison Allen, who's got, selling challenge packs. This has been a struggle for her, but she has been on it this month and working hard, and she's had a lot of obstacles against her, so she's been doing really, really a good job. Dan Allen he's been a Success Club All-Star too. Like last 2 months has been hitting it. And this month he's got some points on the board too, so he is doing great. He's having some issues with his dog now, so hopefully everything works out for her. Molly, she kind of went rogue and went and set her own team up, had this leadership role come through for her. So she's hit Success Club this month, which is awesome. And she's kind of picked up a lot of things from these other people she's working with. So I'm hoping that she'll be able to share those with us too. Christina, new coach this month. I already got a coach sign up. That's awesome. Megan, doing great. She's got some Success Club points. Jennifer. Shout out to Jennifer. Okay, first of all, she posted a transformation, which is awesome. She finally did it. She ripped the Band-Aid off and did it, and she got a good response from it, didn't you?
I did.
And she got a challenge pack and her first coach, Lyra. So it works, I tell you. You just got to get out there. And Lyra, new coach, like a week, has already got Success Club points. So awesome job. So I'm really every time, every morning I sit down, it's just so exciting to see. Because I know it's hard for you guys and it's scary, but I mean, you guys have come a really long way, so you should be really, really proud of yourselves. It's just going to get easier because then you're just going to rip the Band-Aid off every day. Just get it all out there. So, okay. So, I asked Jessica to talk on this call because she signed up. When did you sign up? November?
Yes, November is my first full month.
Okay, so she became a coach in November, and you've hit Success Club every single month, and you've hit Success Club 10 2 of those 3
Yeah.
months. Yeah.
3.
So, which is really, really awesome. So I wanted Jessica to share with you how she does it, because I think hearing it from me, it's a little bit different because I've been doing it longer. So I don't think you guys, I think it's just different hearing it from somebody who's kind of new, and it's a fresh look, and how she kind of goes about doing it and how she's kind of built up her business from the ground up. So Jessica, go ahead.
Okay. This is so intimidating. My gosh. But anyways, when Kelly asked me if I would speak on the call, I was really excited, and I'm definitely honored to be doing this. But my first thought was, why the heck does she want me to talk? Like, I have been a coach for 4 months. What do I know that is going to help anybody else, right? Like, why do these people want to listen to me? And maybe you don't, but the more I thought about it, the more I realized, as a new coach myself, I would really love to hear from another new coach, because we have a ton of calls and a ton of training, and not that they're not all really inspiring and helpful, but it's really easy to look at somebody like Kelly or somebody like Summer, especially, who, I mean, is now a millionaire from this business, and think like that's not attainable for me, or they've been doing it for a really long time, and it's easy for them to say because they, already have this huge following or already make a lot of money with the business or whatever it is. So hopefully, especially for some of the newer coaches, you can really like take some of what I'm saying and apply it, and maybe it just feels a little bit more realistic coming from somebody who's only been doing this for 4 months. So anyway, with that being said, Kelly asked me to talk about Success Club, and when I very first started coaching, she told me that was a goal that I should have, is making Success Club every month. And I, at the time, didn't even really know what it was. I understand how you got there with the points, but I was all in. I said, okay, I'm going to make Success Club every month. So, November, I signed up I think one of the last days of October. In November, I had 11 Success Club points, 10 in December, 6 in January, and I have so far 11 in February. So I've definitely hit that goal. And I'm not, I'm not telling you those numbers to brag at all. I'm telling you them just so you can see that it's possible from a brand new coach. And it's not, I haven't done anything crazy. Like, I don't sit on my computer and work on Beachbody stuff all day long. Like, I am busy with my kids, and I do this in my spare time when I can. So a couple of things that have really helped me, and first I'm going to really talk to brand new coaches, because this is something that I know that there was a post on the team page recently about, and it was something that I totally overthought. I was talking to Kelly about it when I was signing up, how do I announce that I'm a Beachbody coach on Facebook? And I just I don't know. I didn't want people to think I was hiding it from them. I wanted people to trust me. Kelly was just relax. You don't need to overthink this so much. And so that's exactly what I did. I stopped being crazy about it. And all I did was tell people that I was starting the 21-day fix. I wrote a really kind of personal post about how my nutrition had been lacking, and people really responded to that. People were supporting me. People were doing it also. And that's all I did. And then I just started sharing my journey on Facebook a little bit. And I think that one thing, if you're not, I kind of had the benefit already of oversharing on Facebook already. So people are kind of used to it. I posted things all the time about my kids and stuff like that. So it wasn't that strange for me to start posting a lot on Facebook. I think if you are somebody who doesn't do that already, you need to start. Facebook is really kind of the glue that holds this business together. That's how I get all of my customers for the most part. And I think the first thing that I would do if I did not already post is just start posting every single day. I know that it's kind of difficult when you're not used to it, but put it on your phone, and just, if you're at the park with your kids, take a picture and put it up there and say something about what you're doing, and start building up from there. And then add in fitness and Beachbody related stuff as you feel comfortable. And the other thing I started doing is I started adding friends on Facebook. So Kelly told me when I was first signing up, she told me Facebook isn't fun for her. It's work. And I was kind of like, oh man, that's sad. Like, I love being on Facebook and connecting with friends, but I understand what she means, because it's really a business tool. And I mean, I still do have fun with it, but I think of it in a totally different way now. And a lot of you might be like this too. When you're on your personal Facebook page, you're kind of guarded, right? Like, you don't want some random friends that you don't really know that well, especially if you're sharing things about your kids or your life. But when I signed on as a Beachbody coach and I was thinking about Facebook differently, like, I started friend requesting people, and Kelly was laughing at me because I would, they will suggest friends for you based on mutual friends. And if you have 60 mutual friends with somebody, they're gonna say yes to your friend request, even if they're not really sure who you are. Like, I would friend request people that it's clear we went to high school together. All of our mutual friends are high school friends, but I don't really remember who they are. I friend request them. And so that's one of the steps that was really huge for me, because I've reconnected with a lot of people that I wouldn't have otherwise talked to, because they live thousands of miles away. So start adding friends. Add friends that you know, but maybe you wouldn't normally be friends with on Facebook, because you don't know them very well. And then start adding friends from like your community, like start talking to people when you're picking your kids up at school or that kind of thing. And when you meet somebody, if you go to a party and you meet somebody new, add them on Facebook. You never know who your next customer or your next coach is. So, kind of let that guard down a little bit and start thinking about Facebook as a business tool, and add friends. And that was really huge for me. And then the next thing I did after that is I just started showing up a lot more in people's lives. Like, I was really great about posting pictures and statuses and things like that on my own Facebook page. I wasn't so great about interacting on other people's. So you don't have to go and talk about anything Beachbody or fitness related, but go and comment on people's pictures and tell them their kids are cute, or whatever it is, or start liking things and just start showing up on their page. And it really is kind of the beginning of that relationship. If it's somebody's birthday, go tell them happy birthday. Like, I would totally let birthday reminders go by, because I don't really even know them very well. Now I say happy birthday to everybody on my Facebook and that kind of thing. I just really started building relationships that way. And then this is kind of, the part that the people aren't as comfortable with and don't really like, but you have to share your own personal story, and you have to be a product of the product, right? So I started the 21-day fix, and a couple weeks later, I was sharing every day something about it, whether it was something I was eating or a shake or something, how my workout went. But a few weeks later, I started talking about my results, and I was not comfortable sharing a before and after picture. And I know that that's really scary for a lot of people. It definitely was for me, and I just wasn't there yet. But I would talk about like the pounds I lost or things like that. And I think that's so much more powerful than slapping up a Transformation Tuesday of some random person that you don't know, because if you don't know them, all of your friends don't know them either. And it just doesn't, every once in a while, I think people will see those and be impressed. But if they see your photo, or if they hear that you've lost 7 pounds or whatever that is, I just think that's so much more relatable. So you kind of just have to cast those fears aside, get rid of your insecurities and do it. Because jump into something, if you're consistently posting about it, and then they see that you're getting results, they're absolutely going to ask questions about it. So when I finally did share a before and after photo, you guys, people were like flooding my inbox ready to start the 21-day fix. Like, I could have put up 100 before and after photos that were way, way, way more drastic than mine, and I would not have gotten the response because people saw my results, and they weren't like, I don't have a six pack by any means. Like, I feel like my before and after is more of like a before and during at this point because I'm not where I want to be, but that doesn't matter. Like, people relate so much more to you personally, which kind of brings me to my next like huge point is you have to share like the messy parts. I feel like this is something that I do really well that people absolutely relate to is I don't like, if you look on my personal Facebook page or my like page, like it is not this like pretty wrapped up with bow package. Like, I share the hard stuff. I share about, my kids being sick when I don't feel like working out, that kind of thing, because it's not like anybody could post inspirational quotes all day long and anybody can post like, a after workout selfie, and like it's really kind of the real raw stuff that gets a reaction from people. And if they look at your page and they think that it's just totally unattainable for them because it just looks like this perfect little life that they could never have, they're gonna run the other way. Like, it's just not relatable. So if you share the things that people can relate to, or other, I talk about moms a lot because that's obviously my niche, but like when I share the things that my kids do that drive me crazy, or the messes that they make or things like that, I'll post a picture of the absolute disaster they come. People are like, oh, okay, well, maybe I can do that then, because otherwise they're thinking I'm doing my workout while my angel children are sitting there watching with their hands folded, and they're like, it's just not real. So that's one of the biggest things that I've done that people message me about, because they feel like if I can do it, so can they, because I'm not like this perfect picture of health and fitness, like I'm just a normal mom doing the best that I can. So that's kind of the biggest things that I do on Facebook. There's a few other things that have been really kind of key for me, and one of them sounds super cheesy. You might roll your eyes a little bit, but it's having like a really strong why. Like, I have something motivating me in this business that is like so important. I talk about it and I cry because it's just that personal and powerful for me. And I think if you don't have a why, if you're just kind of here thinking maybe this will be fun, I'll give it a try for a little bit. If it doesn't work, then it's probably not going to work. You just you kind of have to have that thing like layer underneath you, because that's really what led me like and like photos that I am terrified to post, or tell people that I took over 2 years to get back. So I think it's important in this business to really find your why. Like, why are you doing this? What is motivating you? And then take a second every day to just remind yourself of that, whether it's like writing it down and sticking it on your bathroom mirror so you see it when you wake up, or having it your screensaver on your computer, whatever it is. As cheesy as it sounds, I think it's really important, and it's the reason that I've been able to jump into this head first and just like go all in from day one, because it's that important to me. And then the other thing that I've again done from the very, very beginning is I've stayed really like plugged in. obviously everybody talks a lot about personal development, and I'm trying really, really hard to fit that in. I know I need to make it more of a priority. I see Kelly laughing at me, but if it's not personal development, it's team calls. I go back, I listen to all of them. I get on the Team Courage Facebook page and just read a little bit every day. Like, people are always asking questions over there, and a lot of times they're questions that I have too, or something that I can learn from, or I'm just like reading training that's in the back office. Like, I feel like the more plugged in I am, the better my business is doing. I noticed in January when I had 6 Success Club points, which there's nothing wrong with that, but I know exactly why it was a lot less than my other months, and it's because we were traveling. We were out of town for like half the month probably, and I just wasn't very connected. I wasn't doing a whole lot business-wise. So I knew that the business would kind of suffer a little bit, and which is okay. Like, I was doing what I wanted to be doing, but I noticed the huge difference when I'm not plugged in, because when I'm not plugged into team stuff and Beachbody stuff, then I stop posting consistently, and I stop doing the other things that kind of move my business forward. So those are the 2 things that I really do that are not regarding Facebook. Everything else is just like all on Facebook. It's such a powerful tool, you guys. And I know that I have some coaches and potential coaches who are not super comfortable posting on Facebook, and it's not something they do a lot, but I can't even stress enough how important it is, and like what an amazing tool it can be. There's very few customers that I get from like talking to them face to face. It's just not the way this business works, at least for me. So anyways, and one last thing on Facebook that really resonates with people, and I get a lot of response from, is posting like challengers quotes. Like, I will go into my challenge group and I'll go back and I'll read things people have written, and I'll post something. It's usually not pictures, because I don't want to share other people's pictures unless unless they're really comfortable and I ask them, which most of mine have not been yet. But I'll post about like how they're feeling or how many pounds they've lost. And like, when I take their quotes and I put them up, I get way more of a response from that than I do, again, from some strangers like transformation photo, because I think that it's like just one step down from my own transformation photos or my sharing my own progress. But it's like somebody reads that and they can like directly relate that to me, so it's like, if I can help these people feel that way or lose those pounds, like, why couldn't I help them also? And then the last thing I want to tell you, and this is kind of out of my like comfort zone, but we talk about like the commission and the money kind of vaguely sometimes with Beachbody. And I just, again, I'm not telling you this to like brag about how much money I've made by any means, but I want to tell you that like, this is possible for all of you as new coaches. And this is not like, it's an amount of money that can make a big difference for a family. But my income so far with this coaching experience, from month to month, has been, let's see, $322 in November, my very first month as a coach, $459 in December, $382 in January, and $440 so far this month. So that's over $1,600 that my family didn't have a few months ago. And that's because I have made Success Club a priority. So I didn't have any kind of monetary goal. I mean, I do have one long term, but the goal I set was to make Success Club. And I did these just very small things that I talked about to reach that goal. And that goal has given me like a pretty decent chunk of money for being a brand new coach. And I promise you, like, if I can do it, all of you can do it, because I have not done anything crazy. And for those of you that know me in real life, like, I'm a mess. I can hardly get my kids to school on time. So if I can make this business work and have all that going on too, like, I promise you, every one of you can probably do it, and probably do it better than me even. So that's really all I have for you guys. I think, I do have two last little, if I have time, like very small things that I do that I think might make a difference. Is that all right, Kelly?
Yes, please.
Okay. When I'm actually,
difference, but I don't know. Okay. Let me share them. No,
okay.
I don't have time.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, they're very small, but one of them that I do is when somebody is messaging me about interested in a challenge group, I never ever, like, they always eventually want to know how much it costs, and I never tell them that it costs, $60 for the program or $140 for the challenge pack. Like, I always present the challenge pack first, totally by itself. I don't even let people know it's an option to buy it separately. And I'm not doing it to be deceiving or anything like that. I really do believe that the best results are going to come from having Shakeology and the workout. But if somebody asks me specifically after that, if they, have an objection to Shakeology or to the price or something like that, then I'll, explain it and go from there. But most people I have found, if I just, I let them know that whatever it is, it's $140 for the challenge pack and it'll come with everything you need to get started, most people say, okay, great. So that's one thing that I feel like if I were offering both, I think people would automatically gravitate towards $60 and just buying the program. And I let people in my groups, even if they're not on Shakeology, but I always start with, this is how much the challenge pack is, and it comes with everything you need to get started. And most of the time people go for that. And I think that's definitely, it's really small, but I think it's definitely impacted my Success Club points. And then the other thing is, I always, if somebody talks about Beachbody, on Facebook, if they're talking about a certain workout program or something like that, I always reach out to them, and I am never trying to steal somebody's customers or anything like that. But so many times, if I would have just assumed they had a coach and had a group, I wouldn't have some of these customers, because a lot of times I'll reach out to them and, they have some random coach that they were assigned because they bought it off an infomercial or they bought it off Amazon. And then they're so happy that I've reached out, and, they switched to having me as their coach, and no, maybe I didn't get any Success Club points from that, but down the road, I probably do. So never count somebody out just because they already have a program. And definitely, I'm not trying to steal anyone's customers or anything like that, but 99% of the time they don't have a supportive coach. So if you see somebody talking about T25, reach out to them and be like, hey, I have this group starting. Have you ever thought about it? And your relationship kind of builds from there. So anyway, that's it.
Yeah, no, I totally, those last 2 points are right on the money, because for me, and I do that all the time, if I see somebody post anywhere that, what are your thoughts on, I just had somebody buy Max 30 from me because they had posted about a month ago that, I'm thinking about T25. What are your thoughts? And I did not post on, I had commented on their thing, but I did not post. I wasn't, you see these scavenger coaches, especially on buy sell trade. If somebody's I'm thinking about Shakeology, and then you have 30 people who are I'm a coach, I'll message you. Don't ever do that, because that right there just screams sales, and that's not what we do as coaches. Because if you go that route, you're going to fail. All those coaches who are doing that, probably not successful coaches. So I just answered her. I was oh, I think T25's awesome. It's, I really liked it. A lot of people like it. It's 25 minutes. Like, you can't beat it. Like, I just told her why I liked the program and why other people like the program. That's it. And,
Right.
there was like 15 other people who had commented on it, and a couple of them were coaches. And you know what? She ends up posting on my wall, "Hey, Kelly, I'm thinking about getting T25. Can you message me about it?" And I didn't try to sell her. I was just being honest. And she knows, I mean, from my posting, she knows that I'm a coach, but I didn't try to sell her in any way. I didn't, go out of my way or anything. I just simply commented on that. And I think that goes a long way with people. And the same with people who I see are doing a program, just like Jessica said, like Christina Redmond. She's exactly one of those. She had gotten Insanity, and I had saw she had posted that she had started it, and I had just started a challenge group. So I sent her a message. I was like, "Hey, I saw you just started Insanity. I have a challenge group. Like, do you want to like jump in? It's a great way to be held accountable. It's more fun. Just let me know." And, she was like, "Yeah, I absolutely was." And she was in there, and she was like, hands down, best challenger I've ever had, because that girl like hustles and has more heart than any person I know. She dropped like 20 pounds that month. And like, she was, I'm up at 5 a.m. She was up at 5. We kind of joked it was like our coffee date in the morning. Like, I would be checking in with challengers, and she's like, "Hey, I'm up, I'm having my coffee. I'm going to go get my workout done." And then she, messaged me right when she's done, "Hey, I'm done." So that, I think, and I didn't get anything from her. I didn't make any commission off it, but I knew, like, my goal is I just want to be present in people's lives. And I think when I go into any conversation with somebody, my whole objective is to get a transformation. That's what I want. It's not about money. It's about changing their life. And I think if you go into it with that mentality and that mindset, it changes everything. It changes how you talk to that person. It changes how they feel about you. And because it shows that you really care and you want to get the best out of that person. You want to get that transformation. You want them to feel good. You want them to be happy. You want them to tell their friends about it. You want them to make excited posts about it. That's what you want. So I think if you go into any conversation with somebody with that goal in mind, then it's easy. I think getting people interested in challenge packs is easy because of that. Because you're making it about them and their goals, and the rest just falls into place. And the other thing you said, Jessica, about always offering the challenge pack first, absolutely. That's what I do. And very rarely do I have people who don't want it, because I just kind of present it in a way like, this is just what we're doing. Unless they come at me and say, like, "I know you do Shakeology. I do not want to do Shakeology." And then I'll be like, okay, like, I'm not the type of person who's going to try to talk them into it. If they come at me like right away, I don't want to do it. Okay, well then let's do this. I'll put you in the challenge group. They're going to see other people drinking Shakeology, and they're going to be interested in it. So I just kind of let it work it out that way. Some people, they don't do that. They try to talk them into it, but I don't like to talk people into things. You either want to do it or you don't. Like, I'm not going to try to coerce you into doing it, because then you're really, if you do end up doing that, they're going to be the challenger. You're going to have to push and push and push and push and push, because they really don't want to do it. So I want them to be 100% on board with whatever they choose to do. So, any questions? I mean, Jessica, like, you did a great job. Like, that's like, you nailed it on the head. So
Thank you.
You did.
So, yeah, is there anything else that you guys had questions about before I stop recording this? Or
I don't think so. Those were all really good points.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for you guys for plugging in. And then for those who are watching the recording, make sure you post your takeaways for $100 this month. So thank you, Jessica. And I forgot to mention you. Yes, you had 11 Success Club points. So awesome. All right. You guys have a great evening, and we'll talk later.